Hi, I'm Mary at deanandmary.com, and I just got an email from someone who's on my list and wanted to know, as a full-time homeschool mom and a toddler and a small business owner, what does my routine look like every day? How do I get so many things done? So I thought I'd cut a quick video because I know that a lot of you ask those same questions, and it can be kind of overwhelming when you feel like you have so much to do and in a day, and where's the time going to come from? One of the reasons why we tend to feel so much pressure on ourselves in this area, and this is a long word, I'm going to take a stab at writing this on my board, is because we compartmentalize. And I know that this word probably is not spelt right, and so don't worry about that, guys. I put this up here to help focus on hearing the concept, but also in seeing it written down, because I realize that people learn things in different ways, so don't worry about my spelling. People compartmentalize. And what that means is, I'm a mom, I'm an employee, I'm a business owner, I'm a wife, and you take all of the things that you have to do and you put them all into these little boxes, and you run from box to box to box and say, okay, now I'm going to be this person, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to work on this, and then I'm going to worry about that. Maybe somewhere in there you manage to slip in a couple hours of sleep. That is a formula for a miserable experience in life, and I don't want you to do that. I am certain that that's not what you're ultimately after. But when we compartmentalize, it can't possibly be any other way. What I do and what my husband does, what we do together, is we live our life as sort of one big bucket, if you will. We don't have different areas and different sections that we chop things up into, and this always sounds a little bit weird to people because we have learned so much in our society to compartmentalize everything that we do, and it's tough because we have too much to get done. So here's kind of an idea of what a typical day might look like for me. I'll get up in the morning. Dean works outside of the house on our other business full-time, 4 days a week. He's gone pretty much all day. So we get the kids up and we get going. We'll hang out, do some things in the morning. That's usually when I take them out. We come home around, midday for lunch or whatever. I put the baby down for a nap. I come up here and I work in my office for a little while the baby is sleeping. But during that time, I also have my 9-year-old who's right over behind me, behind the camera, at her desk right now working. Say hi, Sarah.
Hi.
I don't know if you can hear her now. She's over there, doing some of her work that she needs to do. And then I'll do this for a while, and then we'll go on with her day. And of course, it kind of comes into probably a normal routine there. The baby gets up, and we do our normal evening things, and then we'll wander back up here in the evening and work on some more stuff. That's our typical day. And if you notice, I'm not doing that full time. I'm doing that in the context of a lot of other stuff that I have going on. That's about how our day flows, and if you're doing this like I am, it's probably you. Now, I happen to be a homeschool mom and a toddler, but no matter what your situation is, I doubt that it was your dream or that it is your goal to spend, 15, 16 hours a day working. Maybe you're doing it right now as a job and then trying to do this on the side or whatever, but when you're putting that kind of pressure on yourself, it doesn't make for a great experience. And what you really want to do is give yourself more freedom to do the stuff that really has your passion. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some things, and this is all kind of, stuff in your head. The most important thing you can do, and some people are going to scoff at this, and that's okay, because the hot shots out there who say that this isn't important probably aren't really making any money, and that's cool. You can just turn off the video now, and I'll talk to the rest of you who get this. You want to relax, okay? Lighten up. The more pressure that you put on yourself, the less fulfilling whatever you're doing is going to be. And I have found that the more I kind of let go of things, the need to control certain things, the need to compartmentalize, to be superwoman in every area of my life, the more I let go and the more I relax and I kind of go with the flow, the better my experience has been. You want to be flexible, right? I mean, you guys kind of know this. I'm not really telling you anything in this that you don't already know, but it is kind of putting it in a simple language and And also it's validating it for you, and that's kind of my goal here. I'm giving you permission. So I'm saying it's okay for you to feel stressed out and for you to want to try to figure out how to do this, and then bring you into the things that you know, which is you need to relax, become more flexible. I will give you an example. This morning, I had one of those mornings, and these happen quite frequently, where things don't go exactly the way that I planned. I mean, what are the odds? A homeschooling kid, another business, this stuff's going on, you know, my computer gives me problems, the baby doesn't want to take a nap, right? That's probably, you're probably saying, I know your feelings, because that is a typical day for just about everybody. I decided, because it's raining this morning, it's been ugly weather for 3 or 4 days now, that I was going to take the kids out to a place called Chick-fil-A. It's just a fast food restaurant that has a nice indoor playground, and I was going to take the kids there just to let them run around and play, get some of that energy out, so that I could come home and get the baby, you know, down for a nap and come up here and get some work done. Well, the baby just didn't want, I said the baby, she's 2 years old, she's a full-blown toddler. The toddler didn't like that plan apparently, and didn't want to cooperate with getting her pants on, and it's, with the wind chill outside, I'd say it's about 28 degrees right now, so pants weren't really optional today. So I spent about, 40 minutes just kind of when do you want to put your pants on, do you want to go to the playground, still, working on, while I was sitting over my laptop downstairs getting, connecting with people and getting some stuff done, I'm in the middle of that trying to get her ready to go. Well, after about 45 minutes, I went in there, she was in her room laying in her bed with her pacifier in, and the covers pulled up. And I could have said, you know what, I'm going to take you guys to Chick-fil-A because I had things to plan that I wanted to do this afternoon. I said, no. Do you want me to read you a story? She was like, yeah, I want you to read me a story. So when I got her book, a story is the first thing that we do in her bedtime routine. So it was time to put her to bed. Not what I had planned to do, and I know that I'm still going to have to get them out to play a little later, but I adapted. I responded and said, you know what, let's just do a nap now. Put her down for a nap, got the 9-year-old settled, who's over here in her desk, who's really not that much work anymore, but got her settled, into what she's doing right now, and I'm up here instead doing this now. So I've learned to be very flexible. Now, when I was getting ready to go to the playground, I'd already packed up my laptop because I said, I'm just going to take it and sit there at a table, and they have Wi-Fi. So I'm going to sit there, and I can't do a whole video. I can get an awful lot of stuff done while I'm sitting at a playground. Alright, so learn to be much more mobile. Don't tie yourself down to your desk as much as you think you have to. I can get a lot of stuff done right here on my fancy little smartphone that almost all of us have these days, right? This is a Motorola Razr or something or other. I don't know. Dean does them for me. He's all into the fancy tech. I can get videos on this, I can record audio on this, I can get out on Facebook and I can connect with people. I can sit at the playground and meet 10 people right here on my smartphone today. So I take that out with me. Got a little laptop I take, but even if you don't have that, we almost all have a cell phone we can get on. We can get onto Facebook or online or to videos or something like that while we're out and about. So learn to be mobile, guys. When I have those, and if I don't have my phone, that might be the time when I'm listening to audio. I'll download a whole bunch of stuff. I'll listen to some audio training, or I will read a book if I'm doing some sort of study. I'm studying things like social media right now, all different social media experts, and I love to read books, so I'll take a book and I'll read that. There's lots of things that you can do to get yourself mobile. So if you'll think about this, think in terms of how can I get multiple things at one time. You're going to kind of need to have an idea of what you're going to do ahead of time. I have a daily routine where I meet people, I work on, I meet people, and that sort of leads people into, I like to get 10 people a day onto my list. I put out a piece of content, whether it's a video or a blog post, and sometimes I do 2 in a day. I email my list every day. I syndicate my content. I get my value out into the marketplace. I focus on doing that every single day. And really, that's it. I mean, the training, any kind of training that I do tonight, I'm hosting a training for new users at my Lead System Pro. That won't be part of this, but I'll do any of that sort of stuff after the fact. When I have time, I may work on creating a capture page, but my daily routine is meeting people, putting out content, syndicating that comment, and emailing my list. So that's the work that I do. What I talked about here is kind of a little bit of ideas of the way that I work all of that into a normal day so that I actually still have some free time left over to do some other stuff that I might want to do. This is running on 10 minutes, so I'm going to cut it off. I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you on the next video. Oh, opt in below if you're not on my list already. You can get more of this great stuff every day. And if you send me an email with stuff you want to know, I'll cut a video on it and send it to you. Thanks. I'll see you in the next video.